It's the time of the day when Nimesh joins in to tell us what is he picking up on D Street Chatter. Nimesh, what's the flows picture?
Sorry, Nigel, I didn't hear you properly.
What's the flows looking like, Nimesh? It's a good-looking market. It's a bounce from oversold levels. But what's the feedback you've got and how are the flows?
Well, Nigel, from a flow perspective, the selling still continues, but the indication is that the selling is getting absorbed, and that probably explains why you're seeing a bit of short covering as well in many large cap names today. Look at the Adani Group stocks. You know, all the Adani stocks in the FNO are at 10%, 8 to 10% higher. So clearly looks like there is a bit of short covering rally there. Again, you know, broadly there is a bit of a recovery from the extremely oversold levels, and I've been saying for the last couple of days that there is a bit of buying happening, nibbling happening, and some bit of confidence seems to be back from the larger HNI investors as well. And that's clearly showing up, right? The Nifty in the last 2 days is up 1.5%. The mid-cap index is up almost 5% from the very recent Monday low. So clearly there is a bit of a recovery happening across the board as well. You know, Monday, if you ask anybody, there was so much of fear that people are talking about 21,800 as a next big support on the downside. Now people are talking about 22,800 as a first resistance on the upside. So in 2 days itself, we've seen a bit of a change in sentiment and mood as well in the market. So that again, you know, that one level on the upside needs to be watched very closely. From a sector point of view, today seems to be the sector for metals. You explained nicely as to why there is a bit of tailwind for that entire sector. The metal index is up nearly 3%, and the buying in select PSUs continue. So I've been saying for the last couple of days that for some reason there is a bit of interest back in the PSU names, and that's showing up in the indices as well. Not only at the index level, but even in individual stocks, there is a bit of recovery in the PSU names. So again, you know, just to reiterate, the flows are still mixed, but the selling is getting absorbed. And now there is a bit of short covering rally as well, which is playing out in many large cap stocks.
Okay, all right, got that, Nimesh. And after a while, we don't have to worry about that. You know, the only support, which for the last few days was 3:30 p.m. But tell us, what about individual stocks? What are you picking up?
So in terms of individual names, Nigel, the first stock is IndusInd Bank. You know, in a trending up market, that stock is under pressure today, despite some small buy flows that have fired. Some buying has resumed, but still the stock is down almost 1.5%. The key trigger or the catalyst for IndusInd Bank in the very near term is the reappointment of MD and CEO. It's going to be a binary event, we don't know, but the deadline for the appointment comes to an end on March 23rd. So maybe from here till 23rd of March, you will hear from the regulator on what the stance is. So the reappointment is going to be very critical and a big catalyst for IndusInd Bank in the very short term. So that's the first name. Second, couple of stocks where there is delivery-based buying, Varun Beverages as well as on Interglobe Aviation. Both are seeing delivery-based buying from larger FIs. Remember, for Varun Beverages, for the last 2 days, you're seeing some upgrades as well from brokerages after the recent correction. So a bit of buying there. The third stock is Jio Financials. This is interesting. Today you've seen a bit of a rally in that stock as well. But yesterday there was massive delivery-based selling, and stock almost was at 52-week low, and then you've seen a bit of recovery today. I guess the large part of selling is over, and also in the last couple of days, some domestic funds have nibbled into Jio Finance at lower levels. So that's the feedback. And the last one is NTPC. Even that stock is buzzing in trade up 3% in line with most of the PSU names. But for NTPC, there are sell flows and aggressive sell flows is what I understand from larger FIs. So while there is a bit of rally today, it's been used to sell into this rally by larger FIs.
Okay, all right, got it. Nimesh, thank you very much, as always, for all the buzz and the action from the street. We do have to take a very quick break. As we take